Applying the Kenyan passport is so easy, like 1, 2, 3. But getting it, that's where the real story is. You see, I've experienced almost a decade in helping people applying for their passports, and this are some of the many questions that I receive from people. We did a previous video on what are the requirements of applying for a Kenyan passport, and let me tell you, still there are so many questions in which people have, and these are problems in which you can avoid if you watch this video, because I will explain to you what are the many challenges in which people go through when they are applying for their passports. Hizi ni zile ngori ambazo you can be able to avoid. And the first thing that I always see many people struggle with is matching details. Well, I touched on it on our previous video, but here we have to go a bit deeper because we'll have to understand what is it all about our details not matching. Now, this is your ID and your birth certificates. There are several instances in which utapata mse either ID date of birth iliko kwa ID na iliko kwa birth certificate hazimatch, or you'll find on the ID there are two names, whereas there is a surname kwa birth certificate, or kwa birth certificate there are just two names, but kwa ID there are three names. In that instance, you'll have to fix your documents because ID na birth certificate lazima zimatch. And if there's one thing in which the immigration office has managed to do is hawachukui affidavit because of names. At least I've seen it for a while. It is either your ID to be changed or your birth certificate to be changed. And I have noted in recent past, for example, you took your birth certificate in Nyeri and you went to change it in Thika. Now, in that case, unaweza fika pale hivyo kwa immigration office and then uambiwe, no, we need to verify this birth certificate. So you'll need to go to a place called Hash Plaza, somewhere iko hapa hivi, right? Huko ni kwa birth certificate, either correction or amendment or reprint, right? Now, what should you do ukipata ni birth certificate unahitaji kubadilisha na ile place unafaa kubadilisha sio karibu na wewe? My best bet or my best advice ni uende ile place ulichukulia birth certificate, because ile ngori unaweza pata ni umeapply, umeenda, uko sure your birth certificate and your ID is fine, but when you get to the immigration office, mufike kule Nyayo, taambiwa you really need to go and reprint this birth certificate. Why? Because in the master record bado haijabadilishwa. Well, it's a good way of mitigating printing of birth certificates or even managing how birth certificates are done in this country. But I believe it can be done somehow better. Now, the second thing ni ukiprintiwa ID, please confirm the details ambazo unafaa kuprintiwa if ni ID unabadilisha, kwa sababu unapata situations you want your ID to be changed, either a name to be added or a name to be dropped, or your date of birth to be amended. Please be very keen. Karada, kwa sababu unaweza pata either ile kitu ulikuwa umeenda kuchangiwa. I found a situation whereby mtu ameenda kuchangiwa ID and this a guy but inakuja kama imeandikwa female. These are some of the minor details ambazo, well, it might not be upon you, but it is very wise if you can implore to the officers who are serving you to check the details and even to confirm the details when you're applying. The second question in which most people ask ni, do I really need to have both of my parents' IDs? Now, the question is quite valid, and in this situation we'll have to analyze the three situations in which ambazo ziko pale kwa passport application process. The first situation ni if the parents are alive. If the parents are alive, it's quite okay. You can just fill in their details, that is their name, their phone number, their IDs, and their contact details, email, if you have it, and you'll have to upload their IDs. However, there are situations either you might not be having their identification or they might be deceased. Now, if you might not be having the identification, utaandika tu pale details not available, you'll just indicate their names or just upload one parent's identification. And this is a pro tip. If you apply with one parent's identification or with two, you'll have to get their copies while you're submitting your documents to the immigration office. So wakati unapeleka for biometrics, kama uli upload ya moja utabeba hiyo ID copy yake. Kama uli upload za wote wawili utabeba copy za ID zao. In the event that your parents are deceased, you'll have to upload the death certificates. Na pia hiyo wakati wa biometrics, you'll have to submit it during the biometric stage. So you have to be very keen when you're filling in your parents' details. And wakati una upload ID, please make sure you upload the correct identification for your parents. Previously there was this section where you have to fill in the recommenders details. Nowadays it's no longer available on the application process, but wakati una print ile application form, uta realize that place is blank. It's neither here nor there. You don't have to fill in that place. Squeezy, at least you don't have to take a recommender, sijui peleke application kwa chief, sijui peleke pasi, sijui nini. No, you don't have to do all that. Immediately when you're done with the application process, kila kitu ambayo umefanya online iko fiti. Make sure you fill in the correct details. Hapa sijui vile tunaweza emphasize, lazima ufill in the correct details. And when you're uploading, your documents have to be on JPEG. Ini challenge ingine ambayo nimepata wase wengi. You're scanning your documents in PDF format, itakataa. And make sure ziko below 2 MB. Because unaweza enda ku-upload unapata inakataa. Because it's either too heavy. Imagine una upload passport ambayo imefikisha 1 GB. Surely the system has not been able to be allowed to take such heavy photos. So make sure ziko below 2 MB. Scan your documents clearly. Kama ni passport photo, the things that you will have to upload ni passport photo, your signature, and your ID mbele na nyuma, your parents' identification if you filled in that you have both parents, na kama ni the death certificate pia itahitaji we upload. Your birth certificate is also very important. You'll have to scan and upload it. Now, those are the details in which you need when you're uploading and how to upload them. Now, the other question in which ambayo nimepata wase wengi wakiniuliza ni sasa kama nataka kuapply ya mtoi, process itaendaje? The process is also the same. However, lazima uapply kwa account ya one of the parents and lazima ufill in consent form. The process is still the same. Birth certificate wao na passport photo because they don't have the ID, na consent form lazima ijazwe. It's still on eCitizen. Fill in the details, fill in correctly the details, fill in the purpose, the next of kin, parents details, alafu pale ukidownload kutakuwa na an extra sheet ya consent form. Still the charges za watoi ni the same. Hakuna tofauti. Kama una apply ya mtu mzima bado ni 12,550 na mtoi bado ni 12,550. There's no difference for the 66 pages that is. Now, we will run through the final bit of the questions zikiwa in terms of batches, because I've realized pia kuna other people who will want to apply for the temporary passport. The temporary passport ni passport ambayo iko valid for 1 year, ambayo inakueneza could run through East African countries bila pressure. Kama una hii do ya 12,550, you can take this other one. It's 1,050 still on eCitizen. Now hiyo haina details mingi. You just fill in your name, your next of kin details, and where you're going. Where is your destination? Ukishajaza, make sure you upload your passport ikiwa white background. pay the 1050 and you will download the 2 receipts and the temporary permit. Please make sure you sign in the temporary passport. Pale hivyo chini, make sure you sign it. Na kila time ukitravel, let's say umetoka umefika TZ, make sure imestampiwa kwa immigration. Na ukirudi, make sure imestampiwa. Okay? Tuko sawa? The other situation ni kama ume lost passport yako ama your passport is mutilated. What do you end up doing ukiwa na hizi two situations? Now, kama imepotea, utahitaji affidavit, police abstract, and a letter to the immigration office requesting for the application of a lost passport. Now, the charges are quite different because charges a lost passport ni 20k. Kama ime-expire, utahitaji ku-upload the last 4 pages za passport when you're applying. Yeah, expiry, it's still the same charges, 12,550. But ya kama imepotea ama mutilated ni 20k. Sawa sawa? Now, the other concern ni, do I really need to talk to someone in the immigration? Do itoke haraka? I don't think nowadays it's necessary. You don't have to lose money, right? Just make sure you make your application correctly. Make sure your details ziko sawa, ume-upload fiti, ume-make payment, na ile siku ambayo ume-book kwenda biometrics, you're there on time. The greatest thing I think one can be able to do for themselves is applying for your passport kama hauna haraka. Si ati wakati you want to travel next week, that's when you're starting to look for your passport. No. Anza ku-apply hizi vitu mapema. It might be a bit costly, yes, the 12k, but if you're in a position to raise this money, just do it upfront. Malizia hii kitu mapema, because ile situation ambayo nimepata wase wengi ni, you need this passport in the next like 7 days, so you'll have to look for any means possible for you to get it in like 2 days. Just tujipange mapema so that you can even avoid some of these pitfalls. Unapata, by the way, sijaiangalia ID yangu na birth certificate as match. That is the first thing that you really need to check. Na ukiapply, make sure kama umebook unaenda Nyayo, usiende Embu. Ama fast change kwa system that unataka kwenda Embu, ndio at least you can reprint again the receipts ikiwa na destination ya kule unaenda for biometrics. Sawa sawa? I hope it's clear. If you have any other questions, the comment section iko wide open. Ask them and I'll be there to answer you. Till next time, it was great.